All right, crew. So here's a quick snippet of how to take the inverse function of 2 to the power 7 to the x plus 1. So it's pretty straightforward. You just got to know one little rule. If you're using natural log, you just got to know this rule. It's a change of base rule. So log base b of a. I guess it doesn't really matter what you use as a base, but usually you want to use the letter B for base because base starts with letter B. It's the same thing as ln of A over ln of B. And I guess the same could be said for, you could always say log base B of A is the same thing as log, and you choose a different base C of A over log of that same base C of B. But we're going to utilize this one here. Okay, so it says it wants the inverse of this function. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this. This is like y equals this expression. I'm going to switch the x and the y, guys. X equals 2 to the power 7 of y plus 1. So there it is. Now, why do we switch the x and the y? It's because, remember, inverses reflect across the line y equals x. So if they reflect across the line y equals x, you can interchange those variables. So x and y. So now from there, what we're going to do is I want to bring this down. So I got to use the power rule. So what is your power rule for logs? It's this, guys. If I have ln of a to the power b, that turns to b ln of a. So that's all it is. So I'm going to write ln on one side. Whatever you do to one, you do to the other. ln of that. So now I have ln of x equals, and I bring this down. 7 parentheses y plus 1, close it, ln of 2. And now what you want to do, you're trying to solve for y. So I'm going to get rid of that ln of 2. So divide both sides by, and I guess you can also include that 7 there. So divide both sides by 7 ln of 2. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So now I have this. So here's what I now have. I'm going to write this on the left-hand side. Y plus 1 equals ln of x over 7 ln of 2. And now the last step is I'm going to move the 1 to the other side. So when I do that, the polarity changes. So y equals ln of x over 7 ln of 2 minus 1. And then I look for that answer. And it is in there, but you don't see it the way that you don't see it like that. So you have to use this change of base deal right here. So here we go. So when you do that, this guy right here is nothing more than log. It's log base 2 of x. So my inverse function is 1/7 log base 2 of x minus 1. You could also see it written like log base 2 of x over 7 minus 1. It's the same thing. 1/7 times log base 2 of x is the same thing as log base 2 of x divided by 7. And I think that's how they have it. Log base 2 of x divided by 7 minus 1. So there it is. All right. Let me know if everything was okay. All right.